Alright, so today teaching some of Jordan's friends or classmates or kids from Jordan's school. One of the parents approached me not too long ago about teaching hip-hop to the kids, so I'm gonna see how it is today before committing to anything long-term. So it's been a minute since I've taught kids. It's been a while. And earlier this week, kind of got to see Jordan conquer two things that he was afraid of before. One was the doctor, where he, especially when they had to do the initial, weighing them in and checking his blood pressure. He wasn't always comfortable with that when he was younger. And the second one was getting a haircut. When he was younger, he primarily sat on Stephanie's lap, and while they did the whole thing, just to make sure he didn't move and that way he didn't get hurt. These aren't like exactly big milestones, but to me, just seeing him grow in courage and growing in his own confidence to face things that he was a little afraid of before, I think is a big deal. I think these are kind of like the character building or the intangibles where he's getting more confident, and things he was afraid of before, now he's knowing that it's not as scary. Alright, so class went a lot better than I thought. Well, as expected as well. But with some surprises, like the kids being, I'm trying to get my stuff together right now. I think all the kids that I've ever worked with are super nice and kind and all that stuff. That's a given. I think now, in terms of really assessing myself, I think one of the things I got to take a look at is being patient with these kids, because I have such an expectation for them to get things faster, but because I have a tendency to over teach the technique, and which causes the kids to be bored, which is part of them. Is the point is for them to get the moves, but also for them to have fun with it. It's been a while since I've taught kids, but I feel pretty good about it, because for the most part they got 60% of the routine not clean, which is the thing I gotta let go. That I'm not teaching teens or adults. They don't have to be clean, but they have to just get the basics of it. And the parents loved it. And one thing that I'm pretty proud of is they got the system of my discipline really quick. I like trying to teach them how to self-regulate. So if I tell them, show me you're ready, they all line up, get ready, and show me that they're listening. Because if they're not, I give them warning, and if they get 3 warnings, they go back to their parents. And I tell them right in the beginning that I'm not their babysitter, I'm their instructor. I'm not here to babysit them. And if they want to lie down, if they want to goof off, they can go back to mom and dad, because that's not my job. I'm comfortable saying that because I've said it so many times to kids in the past, and I feel pretty good that the kids got it quickly and that they were listening, and the parents told me that they were amazed how attentive they were the whole time. So it looks like they want me to come back. I'm still pondering about it, but I think it's, I like the impact of, using my gifts to be able to make a positive impact towards the kids, because being a dad myself, I want to be able to make a positive impact on his life, not just being a dad, but being who I am. And that's kind of what I miss from teaching Teen Groove and teaching at dance studios, is the impact you have on kids, because when they see you later on in life, they have experienced this already. They actually tell you the impact that you've had on their life, of the things you said at rehearsals changed me. I'm like,
and I remember you say the mind controls the body and the body controls the mind. And so that connected me to why we would do visualization practice. So seeing the connection between meditation and visualizing carried on, because that's
the kind of thing that I love hearing. And it goes back to you don't know the impact you have on other people until you see it down the line. So it's kind of why I kind of want to do this, because I have a good positive impact on these kids on being focused, having fun, and expressing themselves through dance. So, but that's debatable. So I'm running late for this meeting in the OC. Let's go. All right, hour and a half drive just to get to Orange, California for this research study on lower back pain for B-boys. So I'm really intrigued about what they're trying to achieve with everything for this particular study. I just gotta find the building. What up? How you doing, man?
Rob.
Emeroy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
I
dude.
feel like we've crossed paths before.
I wouldn't doubt it. Probably at a jam, maybe.
Probably.
This is Rob. Gonna be conducting experiments on my back to help me feel like I'm 20 again.
Yes. Let's do it. Do you want me talking to you? Do you want me talking to So you see the nice Pilates. Postnatal Pilates, yes, if you so the idea behind the study is that there's a lot of research, especially in sports that require you to rotate in one direction. Baseball, racquetball, tennis, golf. Those kinds of things. Because there's a lot of research there, they've identified different things that can be addressed. Say somebody comes in with a certain injury playing these sports. Now, breaking doesn't have a foundational knowledge of injuries like sports would. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that. Now, so the idea with this research and why I want to get into it was because it's something that's happened to me before. It's something I hear a lot of people deal with. And so just to kind of look at what characteristics we can find, whether or not these patterns exist in a certain population of b-boys, but also looking at, you know, behavioral factors. How do you warm up? How are you preparing yourself to dance? But also physical factors, hip range of motion, neuromuscular control, things like that.
You're just getting data points to see the pattern and all that?
Yeah, so a lot of these tests that I will do I'm basically replicating studies that they've done on other populations.
Yeah.
And it's pretty foundational. I'm just looking at how you move and looking for compensations for how you move in neutral positions. With any sort of problem solving, right? The first step is to identify our problem. So the hope is that we can find some sort of pattern within breakers or b-boys that may show, not necessarily a predisposition, but patterns that may indicate low back pain.
You said there's a lot of like other stuff from other sports. So would you think that some of that study is transferable to?
That's the question we're trying to see. Now, if you think about a lot of throwing sports, we're standing on our feet and rotating the upper body. Now, a study like this may set a foundation for looking at, well, are there different changes if I'm on my hands and rotating my legs and rotating my hips? Because it's different.
So overall, that was pretty dope. The basic exercises that he taught, that Rob showed me, really helped out a lot. Love what he's doing, because there's a lot of information out there that in regards to physical therapy, taking care of your body. But what I loved about this is that I had a personalized assessment for what's happening for me. I think that's something that the internet can't give you. You can't exactly self-diagnose yourself unless you are, you know, a physical therapist yourself or a doctor yourself. I recommend you guys checking them out. Dance Prehab, Cypher Science, and yeah, I'm gonna get some lunch. Stayed here in the OC much longer than expected, but super useful information. Really, really good exercises that I'm gonna be incorporating into my morning routine. And if you guys have the chance to meet with a physical therapist, do it, especially if they're a dancer themselves. So I'll catch you guys at home.